Hello and welcome back. Now we are going to be reviewing a favorite Ninja Turtles character of mine, Metalhead. Yeah. Right here, papa down. Now you gotta see it. Yeah, so Metalhead comes with a basic J card, and he's in a bubble here. And the J card again has all of his TV show information on the back, including his weapons and the team that he's on. He works with the Ninja Turtles, and his weapons are the flamethrower and missile launcher. You can see in here that he comes with one accessory, which is kind of like a flame bullet thing. That thing will fit into a hole that he has in his right hand, and we'll show how that works whenever I open it up, which will be in just a second. Alright, here is Metalhead unboxed. One thing that I didn't mention in the last video is that all of these action figures with this series come with a figure collection pamphlet, and that thing has basically all the figures that you can get in all the different series. The one that I pay attention to is the one on the inside to the left. So that one is like all the basic figures you can get that would be in about the same scale. These kind of vary which figures are listed based on the character that you got and what season they were a part of. Alright, so this is the action figure. He is Metalhead. First thing that I'm going to note, just because it's what I noticed right away, is that again, his paint job is not extraordinary. And main complaint that I have with that is like a lot of the stuff that's on him isn't even painted at all, let alone painted well. Like you can see that his visor here, it's actually supposed to be like almost like a bandana that the rest of the turtles wear around their eyes. His is yellow, but it continues around his head, but isn't painted. So the sides of his head actually aren't given any detail at all. So he's missing the yellow on the side. He's also missing the black that's supposed to be on the bolts and the silver and everything. The top of his head is supposed to be like a Krang receiver. It's supposed to be pink, like the rest of the Krang tech right there. And also the sides of him and stuff, which you don't notice as much because his arms are kind of in the way, are supposed to be like a light green, while his under his armpits and stuff are supposed to be like a hunter green type, like darker. His shell is also basic gray when it's supposed to be more like a sewer cap, which would be more like a black with a little bit of silver brush on it. But you know, whatever. He's pretty cool. Just a cool character. So yeah, right there. So he has basic articulation, which is really enough for him. Another thing is he's also a lot shorter than some of the other characters in the series, like Tiger Claw from the last episode. Right here, he's quite a bit taller, which is 100% accurate. I had mentioned in the last video that Razar was not to scale compared to the rest of his figures, but compared to an average figure, Metalhead does seem to be to scale. He has just a pin joint in each of his arms here, and he also has a pin joint at what would be his wrists. So you get some basic articulation here, but he can't outstretch his arms to the side. His head is actually on a ball joint here, so he is able to kind of look up a little bit, look down a little bit, only restricted by the boxiness of his head and the shell on the back. He can also turn from left to right, which is neat, so that's a lot of movement. His legs actually have more movement than I would expect, just because they're so short, but I guess since they're thick, they thought it would give them a chance to give it some, he actually has a ball, or a pin and a pivot there, so he could turn his underleg part back and forth, and also 90-degree pivot, and his legs also pivot outward. Sorry, kind of getting that out of the view there. His legs also pivot outward and can move out like that as well as forward. So his legs are actually super maneuverable, where his arms are really not maneuverable at all. So that is the figure. He also comes with one accessory, which is this like bolt thing, and the reason he comes with that is because in the show one of his main weapons is flamethrower hands. So I guess they figured you stick that right in there, and it gives him flamethrower hands right there. And then they have a I don't know if you can like flick that. Is that? Yeah, so it's kind of like shooting. Probably missed that, but yeah. So you can kind of shoot it because he's supposed to also have like blasters. You can see that on the back of his card there. It actually shows a blaster coming out of his hand. Kind of wish that was an aspect of the character, because I think that would make for a pretty cool pose. He can't even move his arms like he was in that picture, but yeah, so that is Metalhead. Probably my favorite of the Ninja Turtle figures so far. I'm kind of biased because I like robots, and he was one of my favorite characters from the show so far. So, alright, well, again, if you have any opinion of what figure I should go to next in the Ninja Turtle series, or in another series that you might want to check out, or if you think that I've missed anything in this video, which it was pretty quick rundown of this character, so there's probably quite a bit of detail that I missed. But if you had any reviews on my review, just make sure to comment, and I will respond accordingly. Thank you very much.